Welcome, welcome. We are so back, ladies and gentlemen. We, after a long year of studying, it's finally time. Oop, sorry, just clicked there. To finally make content again. So I hope you guys haven't. If you guys been wondering what I've been doing, I've just taken a year to study. So I've been quite busy doing that, and that's the main reason why I couldn't be recording videos. But I'm back. I've got 2v2 here that I did play over around Christmas. Sadly, it's not ultra large units, and only large units. But no, that's okay. So, more about me later, but let's just quickly go over the factions. First of all, on the attackers, we have an Anthony Rome with a giant ballista here, and a lot of veteran legionaries, I think. 3, 4. Any more? I think there's one more back here. No. Only 4? Yeah, I think it's only 4. So 4 veterans, 3 legionaries. No, 2 legionary cohort. We have an eagle cohort, an Ivatakati cohort, a Praetorian guard, and as his general, he has the Legatus. He's also got, that's Thracia. He's got 1, 2 so far. 2 auxiliary bowmen? 2 auxiliary bowmen, 2 auxiliary Syrian archers, and that's it for Rome. Oh, sorry, no, just that. He's got 5 vigiles. Then his ally is Thracia, who's got an awful lot of Thracian warriors. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 Thracian warriors and 4 Thracian nobles, which is a huge army, just very, very strong. But they're very weak to archer fire, so you'll see that later. We've also got 4 Thracian bowmen. For some reason, double chevron for each one of them. I think they're double chevron for each one. Yeah, strange double chevron. Anyway, that's not too important. We have Parthia over here has got wall artillery, 4 of the elite Persian archers. I'll talk about them later. We've got 3 Persian hoplites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 hillmen, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 4 Parthian swords, as well as a royal cataphract as his general. Elite Persian archers, they're no better than the other archers that Parthia can get. Let's be honest, you're only paying for increased melee stats, and they're still pretty bad melee stats. So I wouldn't be going for them, but anyway, we'll see that later. I've actually got my pause here because there's about to be an attack. Oh, is there? No, he's still forming up. I'm playing as Kush today. I've brought enough. Oh, waste jabbies there. That's embarrassing. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. Yeah, 5 Kushite slave infantry. Sorry, 7 Kushite slave infantry. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 armored shotels. My general is a Kush royal guard, and I've got 4 of the Nobine bowmen. So really and truly, I think maybe, even though Rome has got the better archers than both Parthia and I think we have better archers just because we can outrange the Thracian bowmen, and we can gang up on the Roman archers, but so far nothing happening. Rome's brought down this wall piece here. So that's gonna be a good way to attack. It's gonna be a grind fest though, but it's gonna be a very good way to attack. The Parthian artillery, only 1 kill, kind of being blocked by the Vigiles at the moment. And Thracia, oh, I've lost my artillery. Okay, I forgot about that. 0 kills on the artillery, I guess, yeah, 0 kills. But anyway, my goal here is to kind of hold these staircases and let my archers shoot at the Thracian warriors, because you can see here armor 30. They're going to get shredded by my archers. So we're just going to wait for them to form up. I might even just fast forward until we see action, because I do remember that Rome takes forever to do something. But yeah, this one is a really, really short one. There we go. Okay, we have action. We have some Thracian warriors landing. I'm wasting more Pila, sadly. Yeah, I'm forming up archers to support. I order my Kushite slave infantry to charge. These Kushite slave infantry, yeah. Oof. It's a bit of a mask. Oh. Yeah. The only thing that's going to support them is the archer fire and the arrow tower, which might do enough damage to maybe win the fight, but the Kushites are going to die. There's definitely a lot of damage, though, being done. And these guys, the slave infantry, cost half the amount of the Thracian nobles. So if I can swap two of them out for one, we're looking pretty good for money-wise. But yeah, Thracian warriors here losing. I think I've gone archer unit firing already. Yeah, archers here, look. Shredding them. This way you don't want to play Thracia on attack. Well, they're technically called the Drusian Kingdom, but you don't want to be playing them on attack because it's just too easy for archers. Defense, it might be a little bit easier, but it really depends on the settlement. But yeah, this unit's starting to break. It did manage to kill off one Thracian warrior, but there's another one like about a rear charge. Yeah, and that's his that unit gone. Meanwhile, over here, we've got another unit landing with some of my Kushite slave infantry about to fight. I'm even getting the charge bonus off because these guys have got what? A 36 charge bonus, so really, 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 really strong charge bonus. So you want them to get the charge off. But if I'm charging them, I'm going to be able to kind of negate one of their main strong focus points. But yeah, this poor unit. 58 kills, not bad. Especially against Thracians. Let's see, was Rome doing anything? No, Rome's still migrating. What's he bringing? Bringing up his two legionary cohorts first, and his swarm of vigiles. Artillery, still one kill. Over here, breaking another one. I think it's this archer unit? Yeah. This unit here, yeah, is racking up kills. This Kushite slave infantry holding off another Thracian warrior. Over here, oh! Yeah, this is a misplay by me. I left this staircase unguarded, and now the Thracian warriors coming in and slaughtering my archers. But I'm going to quickly call in the armored Shotel to deal with them. And that should be them dealt with quite quickly. So yeah, armored Shotels maybe won't do as well against the Thracian nobles because they've got such high armor piercing. Yeah, and I'm wasting more Jappies, which is a bit sad. But yeah, this unit's gonna break. And this unit only lost 2 men for killing 36, 38. Nice. Over here, there we go, Rome. Rome has come. Legionary cohort in with his Vigiles on the flank here. The Vigiles are going to maybe win this fight? No, they don't lose. Okay. Yeah, Vigiles aren't great. They're more like a just to sit there and take damage type unit. But yeah, these Legionary, Legionary cohorts going to have a nice and easy time against these Persian hoplites. Really and truly, they're going to do really, really well. Oh, he's bringing in some veterans. Elite Persians are currently dueling with the Dacian bowmen. So that's going well for us so far. This flank is starting to get a bit chaotic. just because the pure amount of enemies that are swarming me at the moment. This unit is sniping some of these Thracians though. So yeah, look, they're just... My archers are having a field day. They're just racking up kills, and it's just... I feel sorry for Thracia because it's just so hard to get value out of your guys if you're getting sniped at. And I'm just making sure that I'm using up my archers, getting some good damage off. Like, look at this unit, already 168, like. That's a full unit and a bit, like. He's about to kill 2 full units with just his ammo. Over here, this one is struggling against these Kushite slave infantry. And we have more archer support. Yeah, archer support just make it nearly impossible for Thracia to do anything. But yeah, I've completely tidied up this side. I'm going to recapture this arrow tower. I even have a Kushite slave infantry that's come out around the side. Over here, let's see how Persia's doing. So Hillmen, yeah, they're fighting the veterans now and the legionaries, so it's gonna get tough. What's happening here? Oh, veteran legionaries. These guys got beaten up. There must have been some ammo fire. Archer fire. Yeah, it must be. But yeah, Rome's doing a nice job here. He's just slowly carving out this area for him. Persia might want to bring in his sword, Spartan swords over here to fight them. Yeah, these veterans. Whew. 111 kills, only losing 8 men. 153. Yeah, these... Wow. Legionaries and veterans are ruining party at the moment. So I really need to tidy up my side. Speaking of tidying up my side, I have apparently won. Yeah, I've won this side. So now I'm not gonna run my troops because then they'll get tired. So I'm gonna walk them over towards Parthia now. The only problem is Parthia. I've got a long way to go compared to Thracia to get to Parthia, so it's gonna take me a while. Let's just say it's gonna take me a while. But yeah, Parthia's swordsmen. Yeah, they're gonna start. Parthia's not gonna start bringing up his mid tiers. So yeah, the fight here is only really getting started. The Parthian swords are doing a good job so far. Maybe he doesn't want to put... he probably wants to get them out of shield wall though. Just because it's not going to help out his units too much. Yeah, look at that. Legionary cohort. Veteran cohort. Veteran, yeah, legionnaires, sorry. Just, yeah. Ruining them. We've got some veteran... The veteran legionaries are going to come over here and absolutely pummel these Parthian swords. Like, no chance that these guys lose. We got archer, fire. Okay, he's trying to kill off some Dacian bowmen, which is good. But yeah, look, already the Drusian kingdoms arrived. This is where it gets worrying for Parthia, because Parthia either needs to start using up ammo on the Thracian warriors and not on the archers, which he needs to fight the archers as well, or either he focuses down the archers and lets these Thracian warriors absolutely ruin his infantry, or he lets his archers fire at the Thracian warriors and lets the archers get some good hits in on his archers. So I think he's trying to maybe do a bit of both. He isn't. Oh no, okay. Yeah, Thracian warriors. They're winded though, so they're not gonna get as good combat in here, but yeah, they're still gonna. Yeah, they're still gonna ruin units. You can see Parthia is losing here. He still's got a lot. He's still got what? 3 infantry? Yeah, 3 full Parthians. And what remains of the Persian hoplite. So it's not too worrying. My army's still, you see, it hasn't moved much. I've actually brought my general out to see if I can get flanking off. But yeah, look, I was hoping to get this artillery. Just, it might do something. But look, all these nobles are just gonna sit here and wait for me. And we've even got the Praetorian Guards on. There's no way I'm going over there. See, some really good archer fire coming in from, what's it? Yeah, it's the Syrians here. Getting some good shots in. Weakening up Parthia. My units are starting to come around the corner though. Parthia in return though, responding. Now sadly he's shooting on his shield side, but there's just so much that doesn't really matter. And yeah, look at that, Thracian warriors. That's good value there. Getting into some of the Parthian archers, but the generals can go over and just tidy this up. So it's not too bad. Only lost what? Yeah. 15 men? It's not too bad. It's not the best. It's not the worst either. These Parthian swords here are really starting to fight for their lives. Yeah, they're starting to struggle now. The legionaries are just starting to become a bit too much, and we've got Thracian nobles inbound. I've got my archers here now though, so the archer fight's going to even up a lot. My general is still lurking. So yeah, the general there for Parthia really doing a lot of work here. Any flanking units, he goes in and he deals with them. So we've got another Thracian who tried to get around, but quickly dealt with. Parthia now is starting to deal with the archers, and I'm going to start dealing with the infantry now. I've formed up my archers here. They are winded, so they're not going to be firing as fast, but that's okay. Over here though, Parthia is still holding. These, yeah, look at the Thracian nobles. Look at those Thracian nobles. They're going to absolutely destroy everything here. Look at that. Yeah, these Parthian swords are going to have a really tough time. I want to take a screen. It always does that. Always. I'm not trying to be big dramatic. Like, every single time I want to take a screenshot, it always does a weird camera movement like that. Anyway, we got enough of my rant. We got some more Evocati. Well, the only unit of Evocati cohort. So, some of Rome's finest infantry coming in here. I'm currently combating these Thracian archers. But you know, they're not great Thracian archers. But you don't want them getting, like, kills either. We then they're starting to get value. But yeah, you can see, like, look. Where are these nobles? Yeah. 111 here. My infantry, I not even got my strongest infantry nearby yet. I've got my slave infantry I'm rushing forward. They're gonna have to hold a while for a little bit longer. Well, yeah, look, it's becoming a struggle now for us to hold. I'm trying to deal with these Thracians before they can get many kills off. Parthia's got his general fighting for his life now as well. My general's still off in the background, doing Lord knows what. These Parthian swords, like, look, 53 kills. He must have murdered some really, yeah. Look at that general, he just murdered like 1/3 of that general. So I'm going to try and support my ally. I've reformed a small defensive line here with my slave infantry. But it's all elites from the attackers, So really and truly, these guys aren't going to get much damage off. We're really just buying time. And this here, look, out of ammo, 188, really, really nice. Using my archers. I know, I'm taking my own horn. But no, it's okay. Look, 235. I'm pretty good at archers. But anyway, slave infantry here. Yeah, they're not going to hold for much longer. Party is slowly dying here. The good news is we're ruining these Thracian nobles. So we're just making it more difficult for the attackers because we're killing off some of their elites. My elites should deal with Rome's elites just because they got such high armor piercing. So, but we won't deal. The only unit that can really kill off my Shotels, my armored Shotels, are these Thracian nobles. So that's what I'm dealing with at the moment. Getting those archers to fire in and kill them off. Yeah, no, we're just, yeah. You can see here, the slave infantry is not going to hold up much longer. Like, and I've started to run out of ammo here. I think we've got 1 unit left. Wait, maybe, no, I don't even have 1 unit left. Yeah, they're all out of ammo. So, to buy myself some, like, I know if the more elite players were here, they'd say, why are you charging on your archers? I just felt like I needed to buy more time for my Shotels to get in, so I'm just gonna full send my archers. Just throw them into the meat grinder and hold them back for a bit longer. But yeah, look, my first armored Shotels coming to mind now. I maybe shouldn't have done that. I should have formed up maybe back here, because there's no way for them to attack me. But they would have had this high ground, which would have been a bit worrying. Maybe not as bad as I think it was going to be, but anyway, we're okay now. First armored Shotels here. The Royal Cadofrac trying to help out. I'm going to go take on this. Yeah, look, you can see why I want to deal with them. Like, they're just getting murdered by this one Thracian noble. This one armored Shotel is just getting absolutely destroyed by the general. But I think that's all. Yeah, they've got a Thracian warrior, which is not as worrying. Yeah, you can see here the Thracian nobles are all but dead, basically. But 176, 61, 102. They absolutely ruined their front lines. And it could have done a lot worse if Party and I didn't help out with our archers. But look, they're here anyway. All 3 units. I've got my general. I don't know what my general's trying to do. I think my general's trying to kill the Roman ballista. But they failed miserably there. Yeah, here we're just... You can see the last archer here just trying to buy time. But they've bought enough time because this unit is going to be able to get in there. But now it just becomes a grind for my armored Shotels. They're gonna win, but there's just so much. You can see the balance of power down here. Like, there's just so much to kill. There's so much to kill. It's a ridiculous amount. But yeah, I've still got 1 in reserve if I need it. But yeah, you can see them now. They're starting to get chevrons. Just starting to do damage. This Thracian noble. Just... You really want to cycle them? I don't know why he's leaving them in combat. But he is. It just... He's not getting his full value, if you know what I mean. But yeah, Evocati cohort now. Evocati cohort, 200 kills in the chevrons. Very good. See, I'm going to cycle out my troops here. These guys are getting tired. So I'm going to charge in a fresh unit. They get the full capability of my units. Let's see here. How's the... Oh my god. Veteran Legionnaire with 2 chevrons and 248 kills. There we go. That's what you want Thracia doing. You want him cycling. He is tired though, so you might want to rest him up. But he's going to get killed, so you can see. already. You can see the kills slowly going up. Just making my life harder. I've brought my general over to use some abilities. But yeah, we've used up all of our ammo. And now the attackers can use up their ammo. Whatever way they want. You can see the Thracian Bowmen are speaking of getting value. These guys are really starting to get some good value now. Okay, so far, Armored Shoot Hells holding the line. I'm going to cycle them out for another tired unit. So I've used the second wind for my general to rest him up. And I'm going to rest this unit up. Now sadly I had to pull back my general because we had auxiliary Syrian firing here. But now, don't forget this is far from over because there's still the Praetorian Guard here. The balance power is not great, and I say it's mostly because of that one Praetorian Guard and just the pure numbers they have. Yeah, I'm just trying to get my armored shoulders to go in here, kill off some archers. You can see them look. Okay, I have sadly loaded general here is gonna try and stop me. But yeah, starting to tidy up the battlefield now. I'm gonna cycle them in and out. Let these guys get their value. Eagle cohort really struggling to get value now. The archers are just ruining me. Like 37, 54 there. This one unit armored hotels, my god. Really just trying to fight his way through. Yeah, look at this. These guys coming in here. They're going to try and kill off whatever they can. We've got a unit here in reserve to hold the line. But here come the Praetorians. They're going to go and tidy up my hotels. Not before I can get my own charge off with another unit though. They're not going to do a lot of damage, I think. But I'm just delaying their charge. That's going to be 2 armored hotels now. Wiped off the battlefield. This unit is so close to 3 chevrons. Oh. I got 1 Thrasher unit though. Gonna charge in here. These guys should do some decent damage. Yeah, they got 2 armored hotels now. That's gonna really start doing damage for me here. The Eagle cohort now with Chevron. This unit here just about holding on against this batty cohort. The Praetorian really starting to get damage off. My general's here though. I got my general tidying up archers. Also tidying up a vigile. I have to go for these archers though, because they still have ammo. And really, I might be sacrificing my general here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I'm just trying to get into these archers. And big mistake here. Praetorian Guard turning their back on my armored hotels. If he kept in the fight, yeah, he would have won that fight. If he stayed in it. But now he's just... Now this one Praetorian Guard's going to get wiped. This unit's still struggling to survive. We've got the archers flanking them on the side. They're still winning, but it's an absolute grind fest for them. I got my archers trying to tidy up his archers. The more men I kill, the harder it's going to be for them to keep their morale up. And the higher my morale is going to be. So yeah, I'm going to leave that ballista out there, I think. But yeah, these hotels, man. They're tough to kill. I've finally broken that Praetorian Guard, but not before he can nearly get 2 chevrons. And 82 kills. Like, it's not great for Praetorian, but he was fighting armored hotels, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, Rome and the Etruscan Kingdom and Parthia, they had an absolute bloodfest here. And it's literally coming down to about 100 men. They're literally down to the wire here. The balance power is in my favor. We're going to win just because I got the infantry. And he's only got an archer on his general left. But yeah. General died. And that's the battle. My god though. These Shotels. These Shotels bring me the win. Just about though. It was really yeah, look at that. That guy won. That guy who played Rome, Anthony Rome, cooked me. Absolutely cooked Parthia now. Parthia. So we'll go over the attackers first. That guy who played Anthony Rome. Archers didn't. Archers actually, the Syrians did quite well. The Dacian bowmen, I think, if I remember correctly, got focused in by the elite archers from Parthia. Vigiles are Vigiles. They're not gonna cook. They're not gonna cook, sadly. But yeah, look at that veteran legionary, 266, 204, 116. Really good, really good use of his veteran legionaries. Really good use of that Vati cohort and these two legionaries. Really, like, the only reason these two didn't do amazing was because of my armored Shotels. There was just so much of them at the end that he could barely get any damage off. So that's the main reason why he couldn't win that fight. Like, the Eagle cohort just got focused down at the end. The artillery, he might not have many kills, like only 9 kills, which is horrible for artillery, but he did use it to bring down a wall. So again, he's getting value, so it's not too worrying. Moving on to Zan the Pan Man, which is actually a nice name. I like that name. So Thracian nobles, so yeah, they really did a lot of damage. 2 chevrons, 109 kills. The archers, yeah, I mean the archers there, look, they all had 2 chevrons at the start. 1 chevron there, 1 chevron there. So we did get kind of a value out of them. Out these 3 possibly. But yeah, you know, the rest, Thracian nobles, the Thracian warriors didn't do great. Usually if you play Thracia, you don't bring any Thracian nobles. Okay, so small problem there. I ran out of storage. Do you want that's okay? So yeah, Thracian nobles, I mean, they're not great. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be brutally honest. What you want to do is you probably want to drop you drop all of them, and you buy probably 3 more Thracian nobles, and the rest are just spears, and you just cycle these Thracian nobles. But you want to play on defense as well, just because, you know, you got the wall protecting you. You might have different buildings protecting you, but if you have, it's tough to get in at the start. They might be useful later on, but you know, it's giving me an idea of a YouTube video actually. I might try that in Etruscan Kingdom attack. We'll try it. That way I can show you what I mean. Parthia, yeah, I mean Parthia. I'm sorry, man. I left you to die. Let's be brutally honest. I was not bringing my troops in quickly enough, and I'd say you would be able to do a lot more damage if it wasn't for me. Yeah, you can see here, no chevrons basically. General did very well. The archers did very well. These 3 just kind of got destroyed. The infantry tried to hold. Yeah, I mean, Persian hoplites not great. I mean, it's my fault. Let's be honest, it's my fault. I should have been there to protect them, because you can see the KD is really bad there. He's lost so much and killed so little. Not as bad as on the Panland, but that's only because he's playing Etruscan on attack. But yeah, I got lucky. Let's be honest. Rome had a lot of infantry left, and the Etruscan Kingdom, if he cycled out his unit, his general, I think the battle would have gone differently. I think if he broke them, he would have been able to just seize victory at the end there. My Kushite slave infantry did really badly, apart from these 2, only because they got the chevrons. Oh, sorry, no, they already had chevrons, so all these did pretty badly. Apart from this one. One BC got 127 kills. Triple chevrons there. So, you know, there was a lot of death here. These guys probably got easier fights. That's why they did so well. But you can see the best, like, 108 here, he struggled. He must have been fighting the general. He must have got cycled on at least twice to die that quickly. The rest did quite well, though. Archers smoked Thracia. That's why Thracia got... Well, that's why the Egyptian Kingdom got so little kills with his Thracian warriors. I focused them down. I just made sure that they couldn't get any value. These can be sometimes useful. They're not, like, obviously I'd pick Thracian nobles any day over, like, I picked these 4 over these, I don't know, I mean, they're 12, yeah, these 12 Thracian warriors. Thracian nobles all the way, man. Like, I mean, so Thracian nobles was so good. But yeah, you see the armored hotels here, and the archers cooked. General at the end came in to tidy up the enemy archers, making sure that they can't get any more kills. So I got very lucky there near the end. Could have gone differently. But guys, I hope you enjoyed. This Friday, I'll be recording my first Armor 3 anti-Stasi video. So be tuned for that. It's going to take a lot of editing, but you know, for you guys, I will do anything. And I'm back. I'm back, baby. We're so back. And I do hope that you guys are glad that I'm back. And I'll catch you guys all in the next one.